good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for another fire ass video. I'll be going through the questions that you guys asked me on Instagram, but before we get to that, I got a big announcement. Well, it's not really that big, but I do want to touch up on a few things. Lately, I've been getting hit with like a lot of spam accounts. A lot of people are creating Instagrams that look just like my Instagram, but they have like a slight differences in the name. So just be careful when y'all on those. You're gonna see profiles that look exactly like this. All right, do your due diligence. Go look and see when they uploaded their last like 2 or 3 pictures. If they've been like simultaneous over like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a couple hours ago, that's not me. If they're DMing you, asking you how your trading is going, that's not me. I only have 2 accounts. That's gonna be Christopher Curtis II. There are no underscores, there are no periods, none of that. It's just Christopher Curtis II. II stands for the second because I'm named after my dad. My other account is CurrencyCollectionClub. That is also in my bio on my Instagram, and that's just pretty much where I upload my trading stuff. I will not be asking you guys to invest into anything. I will not be asking you guys for money. Don't get scammed. Last thing I want to touch up on is I will be doing a merch drop. We are going to finally do the merch drop. I want to say I'm going to set it for Labor Day weekend. All merch will be sold on my website, CurrencyCollectionClub.com, and that's where you can find the merch at. I'll let you guys know when I update the website and upload the new photos of the gear that I'll be releasing. It's going to be very limited, so just keep that in mind. There are only going to be so many pairs of clothes that I release, so just make sure that you tap into that. And if you can't afford anything, just do me a favor to support this channel. Just hit the like button, drop a comment, let me know where you're from, you know, what business you plan on getting into, if it's hot shot, if it's box truck, and you know, we can just keep rocking from there. Then hopefully you'll be able to tap into the fall merch drop. All right, guys, so let's get started with the video. So a lot of these questions I get a lot. I'm just gonna try to breeze through a lot of these questions that you guys have asked me. Now, I'll probably do this maybe like once a month. I'll be going over questions that you guys asked me. So make sure that you guys tap into my Instagram. I'll put it right here at the bottom of the screen. Tap into my Instagram. The people that can't afford a consultation with me, you guys can drop your questions there and I can answer them like this so you guys can see them. So the first question is, somebody asked me, is the truck business paying off, bro? I mean, I can say yes. It just depends on what your definition of paying off is. It's all subjective in a sense. But I would say for me, it is. I have a lot more than what I started with. So to me, it paid off. Second question is, how did you make it to where you are? I would just honestly say I just stayed focused, stayed dedicated, didn't let distractions get in the way, and you know, I just went all out with it. Yeah, I just went all the way out with it. One thing I will say, whatever you decide to get into, just make sure that you want to be the best at it. One of my favorite athletes is Floyd Mayweather. If everybody that knows me, they know that. But he was the best at what he did. I mean, no matter what or who you put in front of him, he knocked him down. And that's just what it is. People look at it as running, or you know what I'm saying, his defense as running. But in all honesty, it's smart. You know, he's one of the only boxers that say he hasn't lost and was able to retire out the game. So that's just that's just what I would suggest. Just stay committed, bro. Go do all your research on whatever you want to be good at, like day and night. You know, if there ain't no shortcuts, especially when it comes to business, like anything that you want to be good at, there's not going to be a shortcut. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Can you give some pointers on how to get work doing hot shot loads? I mean, there's really no pointers, bro. All you really need to do is go find a load board, go pay for a subscription with a load board. And then from there, I mean, you can book loads as it goes. So there really are no secret sauce to finding those for hot shots. Now, I mean, once you start working with brokers more and more, they'll start to trust you. And I mean, hopefully you can get to that point where you can build a relationship so they're calling you, offering you great rates and stuff like that. But in all honesty, I haven't even ran my first hot shot load yet. So, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I've done box truck stuff, so it looks pretty straightforward, just like box truck stuff is. So. What's up, boss? I want to ask, where do you find your box truck loads? Same exact answer. Download load boards, and that's how you can do it. You see what I'll be saying? I'm getting a lot of the same questions. And then the crazy part about it is, I already have a video covering this. So I'm gonna drop it right here. But yeah, I've already made a video covering this. So that just lets me know that y'all haven't been tuned into the channel. So get tuned into the channel, man. And honestly, I'm probably I'm already doing it now. but I really don't answer questions that I've already made videos on. So if you see me like read your message and I just didn't respond, that means I probably already made a video about it, or I answered it already in a video. So just lock in with the videos, man. Stop being lazy. And that's gonna be another part. That's gonna be another part of, you know what I'm saying, starting your own business. If you're serious about doing this box truck stuff, because in all honesty, I be feeling like a lot of y'all just be messaging me just to try to see if I'm gonna respond back. Like y'all's messages, and I'm not gonna say everybody, but there's a select few that just, I feel like just be messaging me just to see if I'm gonna message back. And in all honesty, bro, like that really kind of takes away from me and my energy, because I be messaging back. Like a lot of people don't even message back, but I message back just because I want to see you guys be successful and stuff. And so with people not even doing their due diligence to go and look at the videos that I've already made and check them out, regardless if they look interesting or not. You want to just, you know, a lot of people just want to see the entertaining side with me on the road, but there's a lot of details in the videos that I made already, you know, where I'm sitting in the bathtub telling you how I started my box truck business. I go over all of this, and I be giving free game. So yeah, just lock in, man. And that's gonna be one of the biggest things that's gonna determine if you're gonna be successful or not in this business. You're gonna need to be very detail oriented when it comes to box trucking and hot shotting, or just the transportation business in general. Because especially if you're becoming an owner operator, not to even talk about the shit that you deal with on the road, but if you plan on becoming an owner operator, you're gonna need to be on your P's and Q's. Ain't no shortcuts, ain't no, oh, I just figure this out later. Like, you need to be on that shit right now. Do you need your insurance before you get your authority? The answer to that is yes. I've already answered this in how I started my box truck business. Someone said, I'm trying to find a good Dodge 2500 with a Cummins. What do you think is a good price to pay for a used one? 2010 to 2016 preferably. But he wants to pay cash. In all honesty, that's subjective. It's more than just a year and a make on a car. You gotta think about mileage. You gotta think about trim levels. They got tradesmen, all the way to limited. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be a big gap. That's like I wanna say that's like a $30,000 gap just by itself. So it really depends on a lot more than just a year in the make and engine of a truck. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't answer that question. My bad, I got a phone call. But I really can't answer that question. I'm not trying to be like bland, but I really just can't answer that question. My best advice for you is go to Kelley Blue Book, or go find the trim level and stuff that you want. Go to Kelley Blue Book and they'll give you a price range, and then from there you can even type in cash price. You know, like you're trying to sell it for cash or something like that rather than trading it in. So that's what I would recommend. Since you financed the truck, did you put the down payment on the insurance instantly, or did you wait right before the authority was approved? I waited about a week before I got my insurance, situated. And again, if you go and watch that video, how I started my box truck business, I give out all of that free game. All right, I tell you exactly how I did it, and I show people how they can save money on starting their insurance, and so they won't have to come out of pocket so much money. So again, tap into that video, how I started my box truck business. I'll put it in there right now. I'll put it right here again. I'll put it in the top again, right now. So, and then he also asked, what is my startup cost? I don't have it written down. I didn't put anything down in the truck. We got the insurance. Let's see, LLC 13. Yeah, LLC 600. Having people do my authority was like 1360 something. So let's just say 1350. What else did I have to do? Insurance. I think we put like $1,000 down, and I pay with general liability and commercial auto liability. I pay like $925 a month off that. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I recommend saving for 3 months. I recommend like getting all your stuff together, but like saving for 3 months of like just truck bills. Like, so we talking about the truck note, truck insurance, fuel. I would say probably put back like $1,000 a week of fuel. What else? You need equipment. You're gonna need, if you got an E-track mount in the inside of your box truck, or you're gonna need straps for hot shots. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that you're gonna need. So I would recommend, if I had to put a number to it, anywhere from like $10,000 to $15,000. How that stacked up. So someone asked, did you do the 750 CSL or 1 mil? I don't know what that means. CSL. I'm gonna assume you may mean like my commercial insurance. But I have $1 million coverage. I hope that answers your question. I don't know what CSL means. Is it worth starting with a 16-foot box truck or just go 26? It depends. I would say wait to go 26 just because you don't want to limit yourself to how much you can pack in there, because it's already competitive just using a 26-foot box truck compared to the semis. So I would recommend 26 if I had to choose. I don't know if you got a choice to choose or not, but that's just what I would recommend. Not really a question, because you teach people about trading. I plan on teaching people about trading. I plan on teaching trading sometime this winter, so stay locked into my Instagram for that. I'll be posting it. Net profit so far from box truck, I really don't even know, man. I went a whole month. I've been in business for, it'll be 4 months on the 16th of this month. So, and I didn't work none of July. But if I had to, let's say average it out, I would probably say after, putting back for the business, taxes, paying for fuel, even though I pay out of my own pocket for fuel, so I'm pretty much just paying myself back. But I would probably say about $3,000 a week, give or take. So we can probably range that out to $12,000 a month. That's net. How many deliveries do you make a week with a box truck? I mean, it just really depends on how much you pick up. So typically I like to pick up towards the end of the week, and that's gonna be on Thursdays and Fridays. If you look at my very first video, me making 5K in a week, I picked up that Friday. I didn't even leave until that Sunday. And, I made my first drop on Monday. So on Monday morning, or I think it was like Monday afternoon. I think it was Montgomery, Alabama. That was my first load. I basically dropped off, and I think that was like $1,000 load. So Monday starting out popping off, I got $1,000 load. Then I'm on my way to Birmingham to go pick up some more shit, So that's typically like how I like to do it. But it really just depends on you. I would say it could range anywhere between like 3 to 6, depending on like how big the loads are. More money or more time? Which would you choose? More time for sure. I can make all the money in the world if I had more time. I'll figure this shit out. So I definitely choose more time. The hardest part about starting in the trucking industry. Hardest part. I would honestly say, if you're not used to being away from home, I would probably say that's the hardest part. Because I grew up in Dallas. I've been in Dallas my whole life, so it's kind of, I feel like if I didn't have that urge to travel, then it would probably be pretty hard. Because I hated being away from the crib. Where did you learn how to trade Forex? So I learned from Q Banks and Druzy Banks. They're under a big umbrella called Forever and Profit. If you haven't heard of them, go look them up. It's pretty dope. Wall Street Academy, Bossing Up with Druzy. It's live, so I can't wait till I start my own platform so I can teach people how to trade. How's the Forex going? It's going good. I probably trade about 2 to 3 times a week. I make anywhere from, depending on the trade, I could make anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 a day. But right now it's going good. I haven't been like let me see. In trading, you're supposed to be constantly learning. I haven't been doing too much learning or book work as of lately, but I can say like what I've learned so far is holding me up and it's keeping me up and afloat. So trading's going great. Can I make money with a 24-foot Freightliner? Yeah, you definitely can. I would just make sure that the Freightliner got a decent engine in it, maybe a Cummins engine. That would probably be my only thing, because I've heard good things about Freightliners with Cummins engines. I've heard Internationals are complete trash, so just keep that in mind, man. When you do your research, make sure you do your research on the type of truck you're gonna buy. Do you think the box truck industry will still be lucrative in the next few years? Absolutely. Transportation alone, like look at Uber. Look what it's done in the past few years. Like, I definitely think box truck industry, now it may change a little bit because things do change, and you're going to be just required to adapt, and maybe not even adapt because you're not even in the industry right now. So you won't even need to adapt. You just hop in and then you'll be learning the new standards. People like us that's already in the industry, we will need to adapt to the changes of the market, but I still believe there's going to be a very strong market in the box truck industry. How is the box truck market in Florida? I have no idea. I know that when I am in Florida, I can typically find loads kind of going north, because I always go to Miami when I go to Florida. So I can find stuff going like to North Florida, like Jacksonville, I want to say that it is, or maybe the Panhandle. Start with a P. Panama, Florida, I think. I'm not for sure, but it's hard to get out of Florida because Florida only has so many different things or places that it's going to. So if I'm going to Texas, I would probably have to settle for a load going to like Colorado or something. Or I may find a load going to Texas, who knows? But it's like real subjective. It's a little bit of luck too. So, but in Florida, I'm pretty sure you can find work in Florida for sure. But I know a lot of people don't like going into Florida because it's hard to get out of Florida. How much did you spend buying your box truck? I didn't spend anything. My box truck is paying for itself. I didn't have to put any money down. I immediately got on the road after I bought it, and it paid for itself the first day. Well, its first payment anyways. The first week, it paid for itself pretty much for that month. But yeah, I ain't gonna say I don't believe in spending money to make money, but I say if you can use somebody else's money or if you can get finance and stuff like that, then you can go from there. So I would recommend trying to get finance. If you do have to put money down, put that money down, you're gonna make it back. Just make sure that you stay on top of it, take this shit seriously, and just understand if your wheels ain't moving, you're not making no money. How to properly pay yourself as a business owner and operate to qualify for your mortgage. That's a whole different category, man. Just because when you have your own business and you own your own business, you need to pay yourself as an employee and show that constant flow of income coming in. So it needs to be like either monthly, weekly, whatever. It can't be just like one of them situations where you pay yourself when you feel like it. To be honest, I haven't even paid myself for my box truck business because I'm so focused on building our business account. So just keep that in mind too, because that's going to later affect my business credit and my line. Like when I start trying to apply to get lines of credit, because eventually I want to get into real estate, then they're gonna look at all of that. So the way I'm doing it is a little different from how everybody else does it. When taking loads, pause. Do you go with the offer or try to negotiate for the 15-day average? I negotiate, bro, and I don't care about no average. I'm gonna be real. Like I just throw some numbers out there, bro. Like I shoot for like $350 a mile. I mean a mile. Yeah, $350 a mile. Like no cap. Like I'll turn some shit down quick. I don't care. And then eventually you're gonna find somebody hurting. You're gonna find somebody that ain't negotiating. You're gonna find somebody that didn't outsource something and told somebody that they can do something and it's taking a lot longer than what they expected. So then they get desperate and then they end up negotiating with you anyways. You just gotta be on your P's and Q's basically. You gotta make sure that, you real, you know your worth and you ain't gonna take no less than that. And to be honest with you, you gotta stand on that shit too. Cause if somebody say, no, fuck you, and hang up, then it's like, damn, I really wanted that. Let me try to call them. Like, man, fuck that. Like, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I negotiate everything, and I'll let you guys see how I'll negotiate. Once I get back, once I take this box truck back, I may even do one out here because, of course, I don't plan on driving back on empty. So yeah, I always say negotiate. $2 a mile is the absolute minimum. $2 a mile is the absolute minimum for me. And a lot of it also depends on the weight, where you're going, how far out the way it is, how tall it is. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you negotiate. So you said more details on how receiving money for loads work. Okay, so this is how it works. You go onto the load board. This is how I do it. I go onto the load board. I book a load, negotiate. They send you over, if you haven't already did a carrier packet, they're gonna send you over a carrier packet. You fill out that carrier packet, all right? It's simple information. It's like your company name, your EIN, phone number, email, just generic shit like that. So then after you send that back, they're gonna send you over a rate con, and that's going to say you agreed to transport this from here to here for this amount of money. All right, you sign that, you send it back to them. So that's an executed rate con now. So you agree to the terms and their conditions. Make sure you read those rate cons, because sometimes they be having stuff in there being like, well, if you're a day late, we taking off $500. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure. And then on the cool, been a couple times now, I put it in my in the rate cons now that if there's any layover pay, it's $200 a day off top. So y'all gotta agree to this shit too. All right, so I also try to I weasel that in there sometimes too. So just keep that in mind. So that keeps them on their P's and Q's. And I don't even think they read it because ain't nobody said shit to me. I literally will go back into their rate con and then up under their rules, and I'll be like, and I'll like put like a star, or I'll add like another number. So they'll have like numbers 1 through 5. I'll add a 6 and be like, for any layover pay after I sign it, layover pay, I'll put it in there and I'll be like, layover pay $200 a day. And so then I'll sign it, send it back to them, they'll sign it, send it back to me. So that's my rate con. All right, so then I go and pick up the load, drop the load off, right? Then from there, I get a BL, which is called a bill of lading, or a POD, which is proof of delivery. All right, so what that is just a piece of paper that, of course, it's kind of like a rate con, but it's a little different. But it says bill of lading or proof of delivery on there, and that's just basically the people signing off where you delivered it to, saying that, hey, I received this, it's not damaged, anything, and it's on time. All right, so they'll sign it, they'll date it, and then they keep a copy, you keep a copy. So you take that copy and you send it to your factoring company. All right, so what factoring is basically it's a company that instead of making you wait to get paid from the broker who you originally signed that rate confirmation with, all right, that broker typically can take anywhere from 28, 30, 40, 50, 60, 90 days to pay you. If you don't want to wait that long to get paid, which I don't think anybody does, you get a factoring company. My factoring company is OTR Capital. What I do is I take that bill of lading or that proof of delivery that's signed by the receiver, the people that I dropped the stuff off to. I'll send that to them. They basically say, okay, cool. So let's just say, for instance, that I just did a load for $1,000. All right, got the BL, take a picture of it, send it to OTR Capital. OTR Capital will then send me back, typically in about 24 hours. Let's see, I said $1,000. They'll send me back $970. There's a 3% charge that they charge to factor your loads. All right, so I mean, and it could vary depending on how many trucks you have. So like how I just added another truck to my fleet, it could probably take my thing down to 2.75. It could take me down to 2.5% for all I know. But I just know that they factor your loads and they factor them quick. You literally get paid the next day. So for me, that's worth $30 worth it. I get paid the next day. OTR got their money. And the broker pays them. All right, so they pay them their money back in that 30 to 60 to 90 days. So they just basically take on that debt for me. I hope that makes sense. So next question is knowledge on truck parking storage if you can't park in your driveway. So all you have to do is go look for truck yards near me. Google truck yards near me. I'm gonna do it right now on my cell phone. All right, so we're gonna go to Google. We're on Google, and then we're gonna type in truck yards near me. I just got my ass in the comments. Truck yards near me. Search that. Of course, Google's gonna ask you for your location. See that? Google's gonna ask me for my location. I'm gonna allow it. And I'm in Atlanta right now. So since I'm in Atlanta, come on, focus, baby. So I'm in Atlanta. These truck yards pop up. And so from there, you can either go to their website or you can call the number and ask them how much do they charge per day, week, month, however long you need to store it there. I pay monthly for mine. So, I mean, right now I pay $50 a month to store my box truck. And for my trailer as well, it's $50 a month. Now, some places are different. Now, that's the Texas price. In Atlanta, I've paid $25 a day, or I can do $150 a month. So I luckily found a mom and pop spot where I can park my hot shot in my box truck. So I looked up on that, but on average, be looking to pay anywhere from $100 to maybe like $150 a month to park your truck. All right, so for the last question, they said, how long have you been trading? Can you show us the basics on how to trade? Yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna be doing in the wintertime. I will be showing you guys, I will be offering basically training on how to trade, how you guys can make money. A lot of people wanna know how to make money, you know, from their cell phones. Like, it's just as simple as putting in a couple trades and literally you can make a couple $1,000s in literally minutes. All right, it's not always like that. You do take L's, but it's all about risk management, and I'll be teaching that as well too. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm about to hop off. We've been on this mug for a long time. I hope I answered everybody's questions. I'll be doing this probably once a month questions. So make sure, again, guys, you tap into my Instagram. Remember, guys, we are doing a merch drop August 30th. That's my birthday. It will be a limited merch drop. So anything that I drop that day, it will not come out again. Once it is sold out, it will be forever sold out. I will not be restocking. I won't be ordering, taking late orders. Once it's sold out, it's gone, like 100% gone. All right, guys. I'll let you guys know when the merch is on the website so you can go and browse what I got. It'll probably be only about 3 or 4 items. I'm not gonna have a lot of sizes, all right? So just to keep that in mind, guys. So for everyone that wants to support, I appreciate you. Cop a shirt, cop a hat, cop a hoodie, you know. And then if you can't afford it, that's perfectly fine, guys. Just support the channel by hitting the like button, dropping a comment, and sharing this video with somebody, all right? So I'm out, guys. I appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.